Hey, thanks so much for attending the Taste of Essentials session in New Orleans at CRS this year. I promised some slides, so I wanted to get these to you as soon as I could. If you recall, we first talked about what's most essential to most people. And basically, they're oxygen, food and water, shelter. We also talked a little bit about money and all the great things it can bring us as far as being with the people we want to be when we want to be. And then there was one more. There were some guesses in the audience that were not necessarily correct, because really what we were looking for was the word sun, which makes things grow. The book to read is called Start With Why by Simon Sinek, and also the sequel to that, Leaders Eat Last. So get a chance to read those, that would be great. 3 courses that we're talking about, the one-day courses, cover these 3 topics. Leads, negotiating, and teams. There was a release today by Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke about him, who tried to get refinancing on his house, and he was declined because of unstable income. When you read about this, you realize we still have some challenges in our industry, and by taking more CRS courses and learning more techniques, we can generate better business and protect the buyers and sellers that we represent. And these are summary slides of the 3 different courses that are out there for you to take advantage of in 2015 directly, because now local chapters and local associations can book these courses, whereas last year they could not. First one we're going to talk about is converting leads into closings. Summary, which appears on your computer now, talks about traditional digital leads, because it is about both types of leads, customer satisfaction, and a whole lot more. We think there's 4 challenges to think about. First challenge is the return on investment. If I spend X amount, what really comes back, and how much time does it really take for me to make this happen? After I put in the time and put in the money, what's the quality? The leads that I get, and how many do I get? Talking about return on investment, we want to think about being market specific to our market. What's the return? Is there a contract that I have to sign? How long will that last, and do I have to pay it no matter what, regardless of performance? What's the value to me on this? Agent examples are threaded throughout the classes. This one's from John Morley from Huntsville, Alabama. He actually can use TV ads to generate seller leads. And what we notice here is that although this might work in Huntsville and it might be affordable, it may not work in, for example, the Los Angeles market. So it is really all about the market. Captured or converted, meaning do we have at-bats being captured, or actually home runs when we make a sale or get a listing and convert that. So some of our terminology is reviewed in the classes, and we do the math on what's available in our particular market area. What we have found, a major message is areas differ. It really depends on where you're located. Questions that we answer in the classes: who and how often in the platform, as far as those waiting to get things done, who's waiting to get those things done, how often are they working on it. A great quote by Lincoln was, "Things may come to those that wait, but only the things that are left behind by those that hustle." Being quick about it, Harvard Business Review talks about response to inquiries within an hour, 7 times more likely to qualify a lead than businesses that wait longer than an hour. Well, in real estate, it has to be quicker than that. Great way to say that is the fast will eat the slow. Using a call cycle, I thought this was pretty interesting. 85% of leads do not respond until the 7th or 8th call attempt, and so often we, as agents, after 3 or 4 times, we give up. I know I did. We find people that are ready but not willing or able, or ready, willing, and able, or just willing and able and not ready, or we need all 3. We really do need all 3. So we look for ways to generate that. And then we decide, is this somebody we need to work with right now or later or at all? If you haven't read Digital House Hunt, you really want to take a look at that. This was a joint study with Google and NAR, and you can download this at realtor.org. Typical home buyers take 3 months to buy, but engage with agents a lot earlier. So if they're not ready now, lots of times we get frustrated, but the fact of the matter is they probably aren't ready now. In fact, the online home research process also varies. They're undecided. They shop around online. Although a fourth will complete some form of an action on a real estate site the day they start researching. 78% of new home shoppers visit 3 sites or more before taking action on a real estate site. What did we learn here? I never thought of it this way, but there are no bad leads. There are just leads. Ready leads, ready now, or not ready now, but they're all leads. So we have to find a way to simmer them and not say, well, you know what, they just weren't worth it. They will be, but just not yet. Then we get into the quantity as far as where are we on the real estate road. If you're going to open a store, you probably wouldn't be opening a store that was on a road that looked like this. You need a higher traffic count. So what's it like in your specific area? How many homes are turning over a year? What percentage? We call it the mobility rate calculation, and we actually will let you learn how to analyze this so you know your numbers in your marketplace. Traditional leads, oh yeah, we really like traditional leads, and we like interpersonal relationships because it leads to a higher rate of conversion. And different people respond differently depending on the types of marketing that you're doing. Offline techniques many times will set you apart because people aren't using the direct mail the way they used to, and they're not writing the personal notes. The United States Postal Service offers every door direct mail program so that your postcards are just listed and just sold, are delivered to postal carrier routes at a drastically reduced price compared to traditional postage. We share a lot of this information in our leads course. The next of the 3 courses is negotiating. We've found this is really our job today. We don't locate houses for people, but we help negotiate for them so that they get what they want. And the type of negotiation we want to end up with is a win-win. Sometimes you don't get what you deserve, but you always get what you negotiate. So we want to become experts at this. It's an important skill. It's the main skill that people are paying us for today. We got to learn how to make it easy to learn and also fun to do. And we do that with a win-win philosophy. We've drawn on industry experts Lee Brown and James Nellis and how they use technology to stay on the same page and how they set expectations up front. So we have actual videos in our course that shows you what these experts do. And they both are absolutely professionals in what they do and have thriving real estate practices. We talk about seller positions. You've heard this before. We're selling this just the way it is. We're not going to reduce this price, and we want regular open houses. Our home would sell if you did more advertising. We won't agree to giving away the lawn furniture, and this offer is much too low, and on and on and on. So we deal with these typical objections that we run into. There's many of those. But we do get you prepared to handle some of the common seller, in this case some of the common buyer positions. Here's a little trick that I developed a while ago in class, and it has worked so well. It's called the second choice closer. So we would say to the buyer, would you be interested in learning about a great negotiation strategy that has helped my other buyer clients? And they'll say yes. Say, okay, first we need to establish your second choice property. So would you say the one on Kenton Road was probably your second choice if this offer doesn't go? And they'll say, well, yeah, probably. Great. So now what they've done is they've made a psychological commitment to the second choice property in case the first doesn't happen. So we have them in a Plan B format, which is always a good thing to do. Now in the offer you write, please see attached information page on a competing property on Kenton Road. Yeah, right in the offer. Then you circle the items on the second choice property information sheet that you've pulled from the MLS that you think are superior. It might have a larger lot. It might have a full basement. It might have, an extra bedroom. Something. Find things that are superior in the second choice property and do all this with a bold marker, not a pen. And I'm going to show you in a minute how to do that. Include a note to the listing agent, and the listing info page should be attached to the offer, stapled to it when submitted, so that the seller now knows there truly is a competing offer, or a competing property. In some ways, it is superior to their property, and it should look something like this. The note should say, Dear listing agent, I have attached my client's second choice so that you may use it to evaluate this offer. Hope you and your seller find it helpful and we can complete this transaction. Lowball offers, yes, we deal with these also in the class. We believe you should show them, don't tell them. So go to your MLS and pull out some recent sales and note the percentage of asking price and maybe even how many days on the market, and share that with buyers before they start looking. A lot of people don't even think there is a market. The third area of essentials was teams. We think that is an essential and important part of our business, so we have a course dedicated to building a team and how to grow your business. Parts of it include getting the team, but also hiring, and also how to fire if we have to let somebody go. Real world examples, you bet, they're all over. Build your business when you need it, and how to grow with the market. These are the actual chapter headings, and they resonate with what we need today in our business. In our class, we actually ask people to stand up if any of these things describe their current situation. In the session that we did in New Orleans, by the time we got down to the last arrow, virtually everyone, except maybe 3 or 4 people, I think they just didn't maybe feel like standing up, were standing. So yes, this is good. This is good for most people. Another great book you want to read is the one out right now by Steve Murray. He's talking about game changers and trends. Actually, his company is called Real Trends, and fears and future prosperity, the residential real estate industry. And in this book, he talks about some things, and like the referrals and the trusted advisor is a format that will survive and thrive. Older consumers, website ratings were the least important thing to them. And in the younger consumers, website performance ratings were only in the middle of the pack for influencing higher decisions. Number 1 was trust. Trust scored the highest in all generation groups. They want to know that you're going to promise and deliver. And you build trust by frequency of contact. But you have to have the time to do that. And how do you have the time to do that? By building a team. So you can be the rainmaker, and you can be doing some of these important things to generate an interpersonal relationship with the people that are in your database. If you know them well enough, you're going to know what they need even before the client knows what they need. But this takes time, and the team format will give you more time to do some of the things you want to do. A good rule of thumb: when you get to 25 to 30 transactions, you're probably thinking about an assistant or someone to help you in a team format to do your business. Here's something I keep reminding myself of and many of my students is that we can do it all. I mean, we can do it all, but we cannot do it all well at once. We are limited. Mentioned in the session about Fiverr, what a great resource, Fiverr.com, to go out and get some things done, and we generated a great little promotional video as an example for this course. But you can use this to promote courses, you can use this to promote your listings, and it's very inexpensive to do. And it worked out so well, and we played it in the...
Did you know that Mike Salvaggio is offering 3 brand new CRS courses for 2015? They are converting leads into closings, win-win negotiation techniques, and building a team to grow your business. All 3 of these CRS courses are being offered for the first time to course sponsors and chapters. Want to book 1, 2, or all 3? Contact Mike at mike@salvaggio.com or call 302-584-5590. These courses have only been offered by CRS directly until now. Want to know more about Mike's other course? We have a bunch. Also, ask for copies of our evaluations. We have hundreds. Call us.
Pretty cool. So I hope you liked this presentation. I hope this has helped you to remember what you saw when you were in New Orleans, and if you'd like to share this with somebody, certainly have my permission. If you need anything else from me, feel free to call me, email me at mike@salvaggio.com. The phone number's on your screen right now, and happy to talk with you. And by the way, it's been really great to be with you here in New Orleans. Have a great day.